Welcome back to the Miami Sports Vibes YouTube channel, joined by my guy George, who went 5-3 last week, was hitting them, and then the Raiders just said, you know what, let me just screw you over a little bit, give you 2 L's, and then George's record ends up being 5-3, which is still positive if you tailed. I went 3-3. George, how's it going, my man?
Bro, everything's going good. I'm excited that not only that we were able to get the first week in, but that football season is underway, bro. College ball, professional football. I mean, it's just, bro, this is the best time of the year, man. The fall weather, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just the best, bro. It's the best thing ever. I don't know how else to describe it, bro. It's the best.
Bro, football is the best. Football is the best to gamble on. We're week 2 already. And we got some plays for you guys, man. I have three spread picks. I got 3 props, and I got 2 touchdown scores for you guys. And then I'll go first, and then George will round us off here with the main event. So let me get things started for you guys. My first play is the Seattle Seahawks -3.5 at -105. This was on DraftKings. I actually saw this at -3 on a book earlier today, and that's no longer out there from what I saw. But shop around, check it out. Seahawks here playing the Patriots. I think the Patriots stink. Yeah, they got by with a win, and they're at home. I get it. But listen, man, the Patriots are set to be the worst team in the NFL. I just don't think they have another nice performance in them. I like this Seattle team. I like the new coaching staff. I think DK is going to have a great game. Got to watch out for Ramondre Stevenson, but I like the Seahawks -3.5 against just a team that I don't believe in, which is the New England Patriots. So I got that at -105. Second pick, I got the New York Jets, George's team, -3.5 at -108 on DraftKings. This is against the Tennessee Titans. I thought the Jets looked pretty good, honestly. Like, even though they lost, I mean, they lost to a team that's arguably the best team in the NFL.
Great team. Yeah.
A team that's well coached. The play calling was awesome. Shanahan is that dude. Obviously, the Jets gave up a lot of yards in the run game. That's something they struggle with. But I saw some things that I think the Jets can build off, man. I thought Rodgers playing a good game is something to get behind. Breece Hall, picking up that fumble, could have had a better game, but I think he's one of them ones. Garrett Wilson looks phenomenal. The offensive line kind of held it together for Aaron Rodgers and the offense. And I just don't see that this New York Jets team is going to start the season 0-2. You're going against a Titans team that just blew a 17-point lead to Chicago. I get it that they're home.
Yeah.
But do I really think that the New York Jets, with this roster that they have, are going to start 0-2? I'm willing to put my money on that. Mind you, it was 4.5, and now it's 3.5. This is the best time to grab it. I think it's a nice number. I think the Jets win this game by over 3 points at least. So give me the Jets.
I'm tailing that for sure. I'm tailing that.
I like your boys in this spot, man. Next one is Dallas -6. This line is this is at 6.5 in a lot of sports books that I've seen, but Fanatics has it at -6 for -110. I used a little boost, got it to plus money. Listen, I don't think the Saints are a good team either. Yeah, they put up a bunch of points, but they played the Panthers. Dallas, on the other hand, looked freaking good. And then you got Dallas at home to win by over a touchdown, or at least even to win by a touchdown. I like that spot. Dallas looks great. Dak looked great against Cleveland, and that's a tough defense in Cleveland. So riding high, coming home, give me the Dallas Cowboys on that one. Then I have my first prop, Brian Robinson, which is Georgia's boy, over 50.
Love Brian Robinson.
Over 52.5 on Bet365, -110. Listen, this is Brian Robinson's going against a team that he's familiar with. All right. He had at least 72 yards or more in 3 of the last 4 meetings against this New York Giants team. This New York Giants team has shown that they can't even stop a nosebleed, bro. And you have just 50 yards for Brian Robinson, one of the toughest running backs in the game. I know he splits carries. I know he didn't get much carries in the first game, but I just don't think you even need a lot of carries against this New York Giants team to get that number. So give me Brian Robinson, 52.5. Next prop is Kyren Williams over 75.5 at -110. This is against the Arizona Cardinals. Last year, he got over 140 yards rushing in both games. Over 140 yards rushing. In both games against the Cardinals. I'm going to ride that streak. I'm all about the trends, bro, until I ride or die with the trend. So give me that. And the Cardinals also give up a ton of yards rushing. Actually, they gave up the most rushing yards last season. And we're early in week 1, so you have not shown me otherwise. I'm going to ride Kyron Williams on this one. Next, Travis Kelce, over 50.5. Last week, I went with the over with Travis Kelce. This is minus 114 on FanDuel. I went to over last week, and it burned me. He played like absolute crap. I don't see Travis Kelce having 2 bad games against a Bengals team that they all hate, by the way. They have not forgot that the Bengals talk a heavy, heavy mess against them. It's well documented. The Chiefs hate those guys. Travis Kelce, bounce back game for him. I like that spot for him. He's also hit this number in 3 of the last 4 meetings against the Bengals. Like I said, like the trends. So give me Kelce on that one. And then 2 touchdown scores. The first one, plus 125. I absolutely love the value there on FanDuel. Brian
Love that too.
Jr. to get into the end zone. Like I mentioned, plays this team twice a year, every year. It's a division opponent. He's familiar with them. And the Giants gave up the second most rushing touchdowns in the league last year. And like I said, they looked like crap. They gave up a rushing touchdown week 1. I think Brian Robinson gets into the end zone. And my last play is another touchdown score. It may surprise plenty of people, may not. If you have skin in the game, J.K. Dobbins, anytime touchdown.
Ooh, okay.
I think this is great value. Plus 140 for J.K. Dobbins going against the Panthers, who gave up the most rushing touchdowns with a league-leading 25 last year. And J.K. Dobbins absolutely killed it in week 1 for the Chargers.
I'm gonna be on that with you, bro, for sure.
He got the game ball. He did a little post-game speech. Harbaugh likes him. He got the carries. He got into the end zone, and he was pretty effective. That I think they're going to ride the hot hand. That's what you got to do in LA. You just got to find something and stick with it until it gives out. And then a team that gives up touchdowns like crazy when it comes to running backs. J.K. Dobbins plus 140. I love it.
And that's great value, man. That is great value.
And those are my picks. Talk to me, George. What you got?
All right, so look, I got a lot of picks, so I'm going to get started. Starting with the Thursday night game, your boys against the Bills. Should be a great game. I've got 2 plays here, both unders, 1 full game, 1 first half. So let's start off with the full game. I got under 49. So no halves on this one, just under 49 flat, so there's a chance it could push. I got that plus 105 on Fanatics. Like that play, can both of these offenses be very explosive? 100%. Divisional game, I just like the spot. It's still early in the year. I feel like a lot of players not playing a lot of preseason, and the preseason being short as it is, could lead to offenses starting off a little bit slower in the year. So I feel pretty good about this spot here, under 49. I feel like the number's kind of high anyway. You know what I mean? It could be a lower scoring game. Kind of like last week, how I felt confident with the Jags and the Dolphins that game would go under as well. So I like the under there. And then for the first half, under 22.5. I like stacking up plays like this because for the most part, not guaranteed, but for the most part, when you do something for the first half and you kind of follow suits for the second half, you could hit 2 plays right there, right? Let's say we got a low score in first half, might be hard in the second half, even if they turn up a little bit for them to hit these totals. So I like the under 22.5 for the first half, and this is on the same sports books, Fanatics, plus 140. Right, so I really like both of those spots there. Moving on to a game that you have some action on as well, the Saints and the Cowboys. Another under here. This one's a little more risky because it crosses one of those key numbers, 45. I got under 44.5, plus 127. This is on Sports Trade. I think I mentioned this sportsbook before, but exclusive to just New Jersey and Colorado. So especially if you live where we live in New Jersey, man, that's something that you definitely take advantage of. They have, they're all over, man. There's value all over the place there. Props, scores, futures, everything. I really like Sports Trade a lot. So give me the under there. I think the Cowboys do win that one. And I think the Saints maybe don't look as dominant as they do playing the Panthers, right? Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to look very good playing the Panthers. So I'm not, trying to pull it one way or the other, but I do think this game goes under with the Cowboys potentially winning it. Give me my boys, the Jets, over 2.5 team touchdowns. So this is for just the Jets to score 3 touchdowns. However they get them, doesn't matter if it's offense, defense, special teams. This is Jets over 2.5 touchdowns for the game, plus 125 on Hard Rock Sportsbook. I really like that one as well. Like you mentioned before, I think the Jets are they were going up against a great team. I think that they're not going to win every single week. That's not what the whole design was. It's just not how it's going to work. We're not going to go undefeated. When we play great teams like that, we may lose, we may struggle. But I feel like going up this week being a much easier matchup, although the Titans did not look bad at all. But I feel like even in losses, we will put up some points, even if it's late in the fourth quarter, maybe a backdoor cover or something like that. But I really like that one.
Like that.
Another game that you're on, obviously, the Chargers and the Panthers. Give me the Chargers minus 7.5. I know that number might be a little scary to some people, but the Panthers just looked so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this Chargers team is going to want to prove a point. And what the Saints did to the Panthers, I feel like the Chargers could definitely do to them too. Full disclosure, I'm on Chargers minus 7.5, minus 7, minus 8, minus 8.5. I'm just kind of playing a ladder there, but the best one that I feel like for the value there, minus 7.5. So you're taking 7 in the hook, plus 138 on Sports Trade. I really like that play as well.
I love that.
The Lions, very impressive team from last week, man. I love the way they played against the Rams. I think it was a very, very good game. Give me the Lions first half spread minus 4.5 versus the Bucks plus 110 on Hard Rock Sportsbook. Just like the way they're playing, man. I mean, this Lions team has turned their image around. Now, a lot of people consider them one of these top teams in the NFC. I think they keep rolling. I love their personnel. I think they have a good coach, good game plan, good players. I like them to potentially win against the Bucks, but I'm hoping at least so this bet hits, they lead going into the half, minus 4.5 for the first half.
Like that.
This is something I've never given out before. It's usually first half. I'm experimenting with some second half stuff. So give me the Jags second half money line versus the Browns. So no matter what happens in the first half, just for the Jags to win just the second half, minus 120. This is on Hard Rock Sportsbook again. I like this Jags team. The Browns are missing, I believe they're missing both of their tackles. So they looked really bad. I mean, even if they had them, who knows if this would be a great squad. But right now, I am not a believer in the Browns at all. Nick Chubb not being there, also something that completely scares me. I want to stay away from that team. I will definitely continue to bet against that team until they show me that they have some life.
Okay.
Moving on to the Rams Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals first half plus a half. So for them to either be tied or winning going into the half. So the game could be tied going into halftime, and you will win this bet plus a half versus the Rams on Hard Rock Sportsbooks. I believe this was plus 10 as well. I forgot to write down the odds, but I believe it's plus 10. If you could find her better elsewhere, absolutely take that. But I like this Cardinals team. I like the way they fight. And the Rams coming off a great spot. I feel like the Cardinals are being a little undervalued here. So I do like them to keep it close and hopefully going into the half at least tied up so we can hit this bet.
Mm-hmm. Their offense look good
Bengals. Chiefs Bengals. First half under 24.5. This is minus 125 on Fanatics again. I believe in this Chiefs team. They're incredible. I have a future ticket on them to win this Super Bowl this year, right? Like, they're incredible. Now, the Bengals, on the other hand, did not look that good at all, right? Did not look that good. I do think that the Bengals, because of just how familiar they are with the Chiefs, can keep it close. And I kind of see the first half going like Chiefs put up some points, Bengals maybe get a little bit of something in there, but I like that number there at 24.5. Anytime the Chiefs are playing, I think the totals are going to be a little inflated with those good offenses. So I like that number there. I mean, it could be 24 on the dot. We have that half there just in case, so you would still win that bet going into the half. So first half under 24.5, minus 125. Last two picks that I have. So I have a lot of picks, man. You know, I do my best work with volume. So I'm trying to bring as many picks as I can. Anything that I feel confident about, I'm going to give it out. So last two, I got Broncos team totals. This is just the Broncos, not the Steelers. Just the Broncos to score over 17.5 points against the Steelers. This is plus 125 on Hard Rock Sportsbook. I don't necessarily believe so strongly in this Broncos team, but I feel like the Steelers have had this, like, they've been consistently inconsistent. Some weeks they look like they're the best defense that ever existed, and other weeks they give up things and points to teams that you almost feel like they have no business being in a close game with. So I see that potentially being one of these spots here. I like the value there. 17.5 is not a lot of points. You could score 20 points, which would be considered a low-scoring game and still cover this total. So I really like that there. And my last pick, Caleb Williams and the Bears. Plus 3.5 versus the Texans. I don't even see them winning this game, but could it be a 3-point game? Absolutely. And the value that we're getting right now, plus 145 on BetMGM, there's nothing that, to me, I feel like that's great value to get the Bears at that spot plus 3.5. I think Caleb maybe is this week, maybe it's not, but I like the bet there because he's gonna show everybody at some point all those special skills and put them together and really show everybody why this dude was the #1 overall pick.
Yeah.
He's impressed me. I've watched his tape and I feel like, okay, week 1 did not turn out the way he wanted to. I know he thinks that. He knows that. I know everybody else seen that. So I think he's going to be motivated to come back to make a statement. And no better place to do it against a Texas team who's got Stroud at quarterback and who has been the most impressive young guy lately. I think he's going to want to prove a point. I think even if they lose, it's a close game. So I like that one there for my last pick.
And it's a primetime spot for the boy, too.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
under the lights, man. Wow. Good looks, bro. That's great value. You got that up. It was so plus Bears plus 3.5. What was that? Plus what?
Plus 145 on BetMGM.
Wow. Yeah, that's a ton of value there. Like that. All right. So you got a lot of plays from George, a lot of plays from myself. Listen, we're feeling good. We didn't go negative in week 1. So we just decided to go ham this week, man.
Yes, sir.
George, I appreciate you as always, bro. Everyone, make sure you follow George on Twitter, and I will also have some extra props that I will tweet out. So follow us both. George is going to send me some props throughout the week, and then we will have we'll have that posted for everybody if they want a tail. And I think it's that season to tail, guys. That's all I'm saying. George, any last words before we get out of here?
No, listen, man. Everybody, go show Nano some love, man. I mean, he puts in a lot of work, man, bringing the shows. I love being a part of it. Obviously, if we can make you guys some money, even better. I want everybody to eat, bro. There's no reason why we all can't win. You know what I'm saying? One thing I love about sports gambling is that it's really everybody against these books. They want to take your money. We want to take them for all they got. So I want everybody to win. So, yeah, man, let's tell some picks. Let's have another good season. I mean, if you needed proof, you could look to last year. Me and Nando definitely made you some money. We're trying to do that 2 years in a row. So, yeah, man, everybody enjoy football season. Obviously, gamble responsibly, stick to whatever game plan you got. But, yeah, man, hey, shop around, find your lines, find plays you like, man, and have a great time watching the game.
Yes, sir. Gamble responsibly. Guys, hit the thumbs up button to support the channel and subscribe if you haven't. Me and George will catch you guys next week. Like we said, gamble responsibly, and see y'all next time.